Hi friends, today we are going to talk about a different book, like a different kind of book than we usually do. To give some context to this book, I have been on a bit of like a religious deconstruction, jumping around type of thing. I learned a long time ago what I was raised to believe is really not the best. So I've just been like looking around and jumping from here and there and like trying to figure out what I actually really believe. And in that process, I found a podcast called Inciting a Riot. This pagan blogger and podcaster and TikTok creator named Fire Lyte interviews just different people from different walks of life and different non-Christian faiths and like or not religious, like non-religious things at all. He also interviews like ghost hunters and just like all these really cool people, and they just get together and talk about life and like the world, and it's like really cool. It's called Inciting a Riot. The host is Fire Lyte, which to define a pagan religion is anything that is not Christian. I've just been listening to it as I've been driving, and I found out recently that Fire Lyte released a book, so I thought, why not? So we are going to talk about The Dabbler's Guide to Witchcraft. Fire Lyte is a queer individual who has been practicing witchcraft and writing about it for over 10 years now. What is this book? Not a Witchcraft 101. This is not like oh, so you're a witch or a pagan. Here's how to do all that stuff. This book is written specifically for people who don't know what they believe and aren't committed to any specific thing at all, and it's more written to be like, so you're searching. Here's how to avoid avoid misinformation. Here's how to sort through all the bullshit and the cultural appropriation that exists in a lot of pagan faiths and find what actually is there. Here's how to dabble and ask questions when exploring a new spiritual path without being a dick about it. This book explores everything from like witchcraft representation in media, from like Samantha in Bewitched to the sisters in Practical Magic to like basically everything, even Sabrina, the new one. And it does a really good job of analyzing those portrayals of witches and like how that interacts with the time. It doesn't try to convince you to join a pagan faith or participate in witchcraft. Like a lot of religious books, no matter what religion, are written from the point of view of, oh, so you've read chapter 1, you're in, you're ours, you're not allowed to leave. Whereas this book, the whole time, never once assumes that you are even interested in joining any sort of pagan faith. It's just like, hey, here's some more information, because it's really hard to find accurate information because there are so many pagan faiths, and then like some of them, like Wicca, are very new, and like there are other ones that are just like full of cultural appropriation, and then there's like others that are like closed practices, so it's really hard to figure out what goes on there. But like, here's more information about those, explore as you will. I also just really enjoy like the voice that Fire Lyte uses in this book. Fire Lyte's a very funny, like very like upbeat and sarcastic presence, and I really enjoy that part. Another thing I really enjoyed about this book was the way that Fire Lyte was very able to just be like, so witches, do they believe that they can make shit fly? Not necessarily. This isn't Harry Potter, although we wish it was.
Oh my goodness. Explain yourselves, both of you.
It's more of like a way to ground yourself spiritually and focus your efforts. It's a lot of meditation, energy with rocks and like learning to respect the earth and like the rocks and the herbs that it gives you. And it was really refreshing. I really enjoyed the discussion of just the difference between an actual a belief you hold in yourself and a cult. Those are important things to avoid, or cults. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm like, my energy's low, so it's gonna be at a time. I do enjoy that this book discusses a lot of the underlying cultural appropriation and straight up racism that can be involved in both a lot of the popular books about different pagan faiths, and then also the media's representation of pagan faiths. On that, something I really enjoy is the way that like Fire Lyte can discuss super serious problems in the pagan community, but also be like super upbeat and create a welcoming environment. Like all of this book was like, it's okay to make mistakes and ask questions. When you're exploring, it's okay to fail, but like just know that there are ways to enter this community and to explore it without participating and without like disrespectfully participating as well. I really enjoyed how academic this writing was too, because like it was filled with different articles from both like psychology sources to medical sources to different pagan and religious author. At the end of the day, most people that believe in and practice some form of witchcraft or magical craft understand and work with the bounds of science, because science, which I really enjoy. At the end of the day, 5 stars. I am just enjoying exploring different like religious ideas in general while remaining myself an agnostic, and that I believe there's something. I don't know what it is, and I don't have the right to tell somebody else that believes differently than me that they're wrong, you know? I just don't know yet, so I'm learning and exploring. Yeah, if you too are learning and exploring and are curious because you've seen Witchtok on TikTok, or you follow like different YouTube creators that are like witches or herbalists or things like that, pick this up. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's a very short read. I would recommend. 5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for sticking around and helping out. This has been the Bye Book Boy, and I'm saying bye.